Hey guys, it's Arlen of awakenspanda. I'm coming on today after I just finished up a video diary that Spirit led me to do today. It was about a vision that I had in October, one that I hadn't talked about, one that I wanted to talk about, but I did. However, I'm not led to post it today, so I don't know if that will happen or if it won't. I don't know. We'll see. But what did happen was I kind of was inspired to want to make a little video today and talk about some of the things that I've been feeling to share with you guys. And you know, I think what I want to address most right now is really once again tuning into your inner compass. Right now, everything going on. I mean, I could talk all day about, what's going on the world stage. I can talk about what I think might happen, what should happen, like I could talk about all the same thing you're going to hear everywhere else. But what I want to focus on right now is you. And I think that that's the best thing you can do right now is focus on you. And, in really evaluating how your behavior may be right now. Whatever it may be, you know, I think it's just a great time of self-evaluation once again, and how you treat how you treat your neighbors, how you treat yourself. All things that you project outward towards other people are truly a product of you. So with that said, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of self-righteousness right now that I'm witnessing in others. A lot of I know, and I'm better than this whole, it's just this narrative that's been pushed in our face or in some people's face. It's not my face because I don't abide by it. I don't watch media. I don't get involved with Hollywood and the world stage because I know who the false stars are. I pay attention to the real stars and planets because these are the ones that we should be focused on, if anything. And even then, it all stems from us. We are that in essence. So we are the light, not the stars that are projected, these things we've put on a pedestal and put up higher than ourselves. Those entities right now, and when I say it as entities because it's all as one energy really, what they're seeking to do right now is to remain in control and power, because if we're not giving them our light, then they can't hold any of that light, right? They can't siphon it. So in essence, it's a war of the soul right now. It's a war on consciousness. So if you're feeding into exactly what the media wants you to do and governments want you to do, and you go against your brothers and sisters for it, I would say you have some serious soul searching to do. You have not leveled up yet. And I say that with love, but I mean it. You have not gone in, you have not leveled up. There are higher places to go. And there's more to know about yourself, and that's really what I want to say. And I don't want to sound like I am projecting that out to whoever's watching this, but this is what I'm seeing. And my prayers for, and my thoughts go out to those that are choosing to suffer right now. And they may, gloating is suffering, I'm sorry, but if you're gloating in your self-righteousness, when you step on somebody else to keep yourself up here, you are in essence still you're stepping on yourself. It may not consciously be understood at this point, but that's what you're doing. And I think innately our souls are trying to get our attention. They're trying to tell us, show us, move us from any dogmatic beliefs that would stifle the God in us and that would stifle the Spirit working through us. So, I think going within still to find your own inner compass is the best thing you can do for yourself right now. you don't need anybody to do that too, is what I want to say. You don't need anybody else's guidance, even, or you don't need to be under somebody to get this. I know there's a lot of coaches out there. I know there's a lot of, spiritual speaking people out there. I've seen so much of it in 2020. Some of it's kind of nauseating in a lot of ways. But at some point, it doesn't matter what anybody else says or does or where they are, because that's where they are. And it's time to focus on where you are. What do you need to do for you? What do you need to hear your soul, to abide by the calling, right? The calling on your soul. I've seen so many people in the past, in 2020, but in the past like couple weeks, especially this past week, it's mind-bending how many spiritual coaches, spiritual people, or conscious people who speak consciousness yet have no understanding of consciousness as they are revealed. We're beginning to see these people have just been full of shit. Like they're the same as anybody else. They're still stuck like in the self-righteousness, they're stuck in duality. And it's very, very apparent, and people are revealing themselves left and right. And I would say take note of that. Take note. And it's not to say that they put them down, because we're all human. They're human. And that's the thing, is like when we put people on a pedestal like that, we start to see them as non-human anymore. Like they just have to be this perfect, wonderful soul that they always know. But not, they're just us. There's nothing any better about anybody. So be aware of that and start to notice those things. I definitely see it, but I've been seeing it for a while. Most of the people that I really am moved by are my brothers and sisters, and they don't have like incredible followings, and they're not the most popular people, mostly because they're truly leveled up, and so it's really hard to be on that level when you've leveled up in such a way. So something to think about. But it's time to follow your inner compass. I've been doing my best, doing everything that I can to guide you in that way. That's why when I do any kind of so-called teaching, I don't like the labels. And this is how another way you'll notice is people who love their labels. They love their certificates. They love the acknowledgement of all their accomplishments. People like that, a lot of the time, have never had true initiation, true spirit initiation. I have, in my time, I've had radical spiritual, supernatural experiences. A lot that I haven't even talked about yet, and I haven't been led to talk about it yet. It's coming though. I know it will, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Because I know the people who, whoever I'm supposed to share with is who I'll share with. They'll show up, right? There's no force push necessary, and those who are on the same path, there's no force push necessary. There's no labels necessary. There's no expressing your education and your accomplishments and your certificates of, and I'm a master of this and a shaman of that. It's hilarious. And in the new timeline, we're gonna see who the true guiding lights are, and it is not what we've been seeing in any way, shape, or form. I just gotta get that out there. But it's become more relevant every day. Going back to what I was saying that my anything that I'm teaching, in essence, is to guide you into you, if you haven't noticed that. I don't have I teach fundamentals of energy and just fundamentals, really. I'm not reading your Akashic records. I'm not telling you about yourself, because that's up to you. right, to find out. Now, it would take some serious, like, initiated person to begin to tell me about myself. Synchronicities are synchronicities, but there's a lot of people out there teaching things that are absolutely like off and flipped around, where they make no sense. People who teach energy that don't even understand how energy works. In essence, they project their own energy and say that that's what it is. So you get what I'm saying? If you don't, an example would be like blaming somebody for your own energy. Like, it's like if somebody was to say something you didn't like, and you said, "Oh, they just have terrible energy." No, in fact, that would be you. That's not the person that you were projecting that onto. There's a lot to learn about consciousness and energy, and we have a ways to go. And but so many have been waking up. The point is to tune into you, because you know, and to be open to taking responsibility for your own things. You know, you cannot project on other people anymore. Somebody in the integration healing process doesn't project other things on everybody else. There's no need to blame anybody. You just do your own work. You won't feel necessary to do the opposite. It's easier to accept the whole that way, the whole of consciousness. You become balanced, you become whole, centered, right? And you can make tons of better decisions that way, and you can grow, and you can level up and expand, and we got so many wonderful things to come once we come through this. But right now we're in some heaviness. The world is in some heaviness. That doesn't mean you internally are heavy, but the world around you it's going to be a lot of chaos coming up here soon. And so just know that we're collectively in it together, and be wary of really the teachers right now. I think it's time to really tune into you, and turn off the people who, it's the same regurgitated story, the false narrative, the pretty stars that lie to you. There's a lot of pretty faces out there, in the world stage and all around that say they talk all the right words. They talk about healing, they talk about unity, they talk about all these things, but yet they squash out human beings. So it's a flip. It's not the whole. It's not the whole. So anyway, be wary, and be ready to make changes within you. Be open to seeing full spectrum. Using that knowledge you gained in 2020, use it again and grow it. You're going to need it. We're all going to need it. And that's how we grow in love. That's how we understand what unconditional love is. It starts within. We always say this, but I mean it. And it doesn't stop there. Yeah, just be ready to make changes. That's all I can say. Be open to it. Be open to maybe being wrong, or admitting you may be wrong, or you may not have been like on the right path, right? It's all good. We're all human. We're all on the same page. There's nobody higher than you, or lower, either way, but there is a leveling up of the soul that occurs. And so, other than that, though, I'm just gonna let it go right there. I love you guys, and wish you well. Love is all that is.